Guys, welcome back to the 39th episode. It is the 39th, right?
It is. Good
The
number.
39th episode of the Two Brits, One Yank podcast. Where am I looking? In there, yeah?
Yeah, just that little green thing.
We're, as you can see, I'm joined by my boy, CONOR. He's repping the Irish top.
Come on, I had to go back to the motherland, bro. The ancestors, see my boy, you know?
He's come to join me until Monday. So this will come out Sunday, so, well, I'll be like dead by then.
Damn, bro's gonna be editing the pod whilst in Ireland.
I didn't even clock that, bro. I'm living like that wag lifestyle. My man goes to training. I'm at home holding the house down.
He's already running the house, blood. He's already running the house. Kermit in breakfast and everything this morning.
Oh, bro, I have to say, the house that these boys are in, yo, League of Ireland, come hit me up. This is
we're lucky, man.
It's a great setup. The guys are really nice, and yeah, I got in. It's a Wednesday today, so I got in last night. Gonna go watch their game against Pats on Friday as well. So yeah, I'm buzzing. It'll be a cool trip. You know, I haven't been to Ireland in like about 20 years, so it's nice to be over here. And
but you want to do Dublin and all, and then obviously when your family come, you're gonna try and venture out to go away and Cliffs and Moor and stuff. He's already made himself at home because his chewing gum's on the side there. His brother's moving too crazy. But anyway.
Hey, I had to let these...
I'm feeling a bit left out today. I'm feeling very left out.
Don't worry, but your time will come, man. You
can go on. Just like looking at two people through the window like, I want to be involved.
I said all it needs now is you and Tops and it will be unbelievable, but that link up's gonna come soon.
Yeah, we should come for Champions League qualifiers. That's what we're gonna try to do. Obviously, very dependent on our schedules and preseason and stuff. But if we can get out here, we'll definitely get out
100%. Right, we'll introduce you for anyone that's new. Solwanja Smith as well.
Hello.
He's just hit 100k on TikTok, so shout out to the boy, man.
Pretty crazy feat. I think like the overall, not dream, but like the aspiration with it'd be really cool to hit that sort of figure, like kind of aiming for the heights by the end of the season. That was what I kind of said at the start of this season. So to hit it, I think it was like within 13 months of starting TikTok is pretty crazy, to be honest.
I still remember when you pulled me in the change rooms and said, Boney, I've overtaken you. Bro, I had like 1,300 followers. Like, oh, bro, this isn't a race, a game. Do you know what I mean? And now fast forward what? Just over a year, 100k.
At this point, it's a one-person race. He ran away with it, bro.
Me versus me. There's memes. Me v me.
Yeah, facts. Choose your own competition. But now, what an achievement, man. What an achievement. We said it before, like you love doing it. Obviously, I've started doing it. It's so enjoyable, but I can imagine having, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say a follow, as easy as that. A following 100,000.
Thank God this brother's.
I was trying to come through with some knowledge there. Do you know what I'm saying? But correct me.
No, I was going to hit having a community.
That's the word I wanted.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Having a community of 100,000, like that is special, man. So big up to you. That must be an incredible feeling.
It is really weird, to be honest. It is really weird. And I think maybe it's just a competitive edge, but like when you start like putting out videos, it's addictive. It's absolutely addictive. And it's like, even if you find out, say, like you've got a bit of a knock and you might like to play, it's like, that's also like another video I can't put out and like I can't like connect with people. Like there's so many different things that go into it now.
Well, it's an incentive as well to like do as well as you can, because if your views and your videos are getting really good numbers, and then all of a sudden your standards come off, and then you might get a little niggle or your form's gone down, well then the videos aren't going to do as well. Like you've said before, videos that do the best is when you've done an action or you've made an assist or you've scored or you've hit some dodgy celebrations like you did the other day, which by the way we need to chat to him about.
I mean, I've said enough to him in person about it.
Did you grill him?
I've never been so disappointed in someone for scoring a brace.
Bro. When I saw that, I was so buzzing. When I saw the celebrations, I come right back down to earth.
Nah, it's just that
I thought, I'm not associating myself with this brother.
He's like a wind-up merchant, so you have to respect it a little bit. But bro, the facials.
Bro was moving some crazy facials.
No, honestly, I was gonna do like the little like twerk thing, that Shaq Mohammed did, and I thought, if that goes on TikTok, TikTok might take it down. So I said I can't do that whilst I was pulling the hammy whilst I was doing
Oh
it.
yeah, you were
My boy
holding
was
the
gonna
hammy.
throw it back after scoring. My boy was gonna throw it
Let
back.
this brother off, man.
Oh,
This brother's not
God.
real. This brother's not real.
I-
Go on. What was
No,
you
no,
gonna
no.
say?
What were you saying?
I was just gonna say we were supposed to have a guest, and today's theme is. But if you want,
By the way, I could have scored a hat trick. The penalty.
I rate it though.
Idiot.
I like that he didn't take the penalty.
your reasonings for it were spot on, but bro, that's a hat trick.
No,
but
so basically, obviously, Brooksy is the penalty taker, and Brooksy, I think he scored like 5 out of 5 or 6 out of 6 this season, and he had already taken the ball. And I remember when I was taking penalties last season and away at Bath when I missed one, Levi, I grabbed the ball. I think we're losing 2-0. I grabbed the ball, and Levi's like, "Give me the ball. I'm taking the penalty. I'm taking the penalty." I'm like, "But I'm trying to go through my process and everything. I get that you want it, but I'm the penalty taker. I need to go through it." And then you're almost in a little bit in your mind, you're doubting yourself because your normal process has been interrupted. So I didn't want to go and do that to Brooksy and then kind of throw him off. He obviously scored, which he does what he does for penalties. And then afterwards, after the game, everyone was like, "Oh, we didn't even realise." Like he forgot I was on a hat trick. So did Craig. And Gaffer was like, "Nah, he's glad I didn't take it because I might have done something stupid."
You would have panenked it or something, blood.
I would have thought about it.
I
The chance to get a hat trick.
What I said, because Tops, obviously was at the game and was messaging me like, "What do you think? Like, should he have taken it?" And I think it was, first off, a very mature thing of you to do to, respect Brooksy and the team. And listen, Brooksy scored. He's been scoring. So that's the right decision anyway. But also, it's so early in the game. Say, God forbid, you miss and they score. You go in 2 and a halftime. Yeah, you have a brace. You've also taken the penalty off the penalty taker. They've gained momentum because you missed. They score. Like, the game.
Then.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All of a sudden, then you scored a brace.
Imagine we drew 2-2. I would have been scapegoated as well. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
2 and I'd still be scapegoated.
Yeah, and you don't want to think the worst in football. You don't want to be playing with that kind of mentality. But I think how you probably viewed it was, it's the 40th minute. I have 2 goals already. I'll get another one from open play.
There you go.
Exactly.
Proper team.
Exactly.
Manager's dream. That is.
Yeah.
So.
And to be fair, selfishly as well, I think I'm on 8 goals in the league now. Like, obviously, I want to get to double figures. End of the season, I get double figures, and I've said I've got no penalties as well, all open play goals. It also looks quite good. You know what I mean?
If I actually saw Birmingham's 20 million signing, he scored last night again, but it was a penalty. And I saw someone say on Twitter this morning he's got like 7 goals from open play. For 20 million, like in League One, he should be scoring way more than that.
Yeah.
And like all of his goals, the majority have come from penalties. So it sort of puts.
You do have to score them, and like, they're not okay. They're still in your favor. You do have to score them, but it does look cool at the end of the season. Like, oh, I know you got like Aaron Blair's got 16 goals in the league, no pens whatsoever. Like Tyler Harvey, who's like top goal scorer in the league, has a similar amount of open play, but has scored like 9 pens or something ridiculous. So obviously at the end of the season, okay, he might be the golden boot, but it shows that Azza can also like hit that amount of goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and Tyler go way back. He was on trial at Sunderland at the same time as me.
Really? Yeah.
It's mad how you sort of do full circle, innit?
Yeah.
He was there at Sunderland with me. I was there for 2 weeks, I think. And then he just went back. I don't think he left Plymouth or something to go on trial. Like, as in he played in the league, didn't get in, and then sort of I had him on Instagram, but like I didn't really keep up to date with his career. And that's just funny how like full circle, like he's playing for Truro now. Would have played against him last year, and he's obviously doing really well this season as well.
Yeah, can we just say as well, you see it everywhere now, how tight the National South title race is. Everywhere on Twitter, it's like, in case you missed it, like the 6th tier of English football. I saw even HITC Sevens, which is a like really big YouTube channel that I watch. They did a whole video on it, which is crazy. Yeah,
It is ridiculously tight. I think, obviously, I'd love Maidstone to be able to win it. It's so tight. Worthing are in the driving seat at the moment, top of the league. Well, at the point of us recording this video, but they still have, and their last 5 games, they've got three of the top 7 left to play. So it's going to be so tight. I know who I think, other than Maidstone, I think might win it, but I won't say that on camera because I don't want it to come across in a bad way.
Yeah.
Well, look, fingers crossed, Mason, do it, man.
Hey, so I just
Me
want to
too.
ask you as well, like the 8 league goals is probably your best season in National South scoring wise, right?
I think it is, and I probably had my best season from like injury wise as well at this level. I think I've played so many minutes, so many more minutes than the past few seasons anyway. And touch wood, I've gone through the year pretty injury free. I think I've only missed a few training sessions and stuff, a little dead legs and stuff like that. Touching wood again. Yeah, so it's been a good season, I think, mentally for me doing that as well. Even though I had definitely had ups and downs. I think I was flying at Bath at the start, then had a bit of tough time. Came to Maidstone, started off well, then had a real dip, and starting to pick form back up now. So hopefully, I can end the season the last 6 weeks, and I can keep scoring some goals and hopefully push us into the National League.
What do you put it down to, Sol? Is there any particular changes you've had, or
Do you know what I think? I think your body and form and stuff are just part and parcel of football. And I think coming back to Maidstone, there's that excitement, and it's like, oh yeah, going back into full time football. You're like, okay, we're pushing for the league. We were absolutely flying as well. I didn't lose a game for the first 2 months. It felt like, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of a trough. Maybe I don't know. It sounds a bit funny. Like the weather gets colder. The attitudes and stuff around the ground maybe not the same. I'm also away from home, stuff like that. Little things start to probably play in. Didn't go home for Christmas, all those sort of things, and then it's little things like that. Like I'm really looking forward to this weekend because we've got Western. It's like the first time I've seen my family since I've come back, so it'll be like 6 months now, which would be really good to have like a little reset before the end of the season and kind of put everything into perspective and maybe not get a motivation because I'm always motivated and I always know exactly what I want to do. And being a professional full-time footballer is everything and anything that I've wanted to do my whole life. So, but I think it'd be good for me just to go home, see my family and stuff, and reconnect a little bit. But I think it's just part and parcel of football, of peaks and troughs in your career and each season. It's just about how you can kind of work hard and get out of them.
I suppose you learn from them as well. Do you know what I mean? Your body
Definitely.
adapts
I
to.
actually think maybe it might be bad to say, but I think I maybe coasted a little bit. And when I came back to the full time environment, there was pressure and there was kind of proving myself to the players around me and all that sort of stuff, and as well as the fan base. And then I think maybe I came off the board a little bit where there wasn't much competition. I thought I was going to be playing every week, and you don't lose that drive because I always have the drive, but I don't know, maybe I just
You
needed
get
that.
subconsciously complacent.
No, exactly,
You mean
exactly.
you don't realize it, and then it perhaps takes something where a dip in form or like a knock or something, and then you're like, right, I need to get back to that level that I was at before, sort of thing, you know? So,
No,
Yeah.
exactly that.
I think like, you're obviously quite professional. I think what a lot of people do as well, and maybe if you're outside of football, you can't understand this. You have like a baseline of, your intensity, your focus, and that does waver throughout the season. Maybe it never dips below the baseline, but you might have a time where around playoffs you're like, I'm so locked in, you're up here, and then as you said, the cold winter months, you haven't seen your family, you're still motivated, disciplined, but it's just not probably to the same extent, and that's with everyone, by the way. That's with the top of the top. That's probably why,
it
form.
separates the top players from the good
But
players.
I still think they go through it, even like, with players form and stuff. Like there are so
Yeah.
many external factors. It's not just one day you wake up and you can't hit the target like you used to. It's There's so many factors that go into playing football, and that's why you see so many people. I think like you have guys that will have average careers, and then one season they score 25 goals.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need all the factors to come together, and I think for you, they're coming together at the right time. So long may it continue, bro.
No, thank you. But I also think that in that time where I wasn't performing as well, I think it's not self doubt because I've always believed in myself, or had belief in myself. But sometimes when you're on the pitch, things just have to be natural. And when you're overthinking things and you're saying like, okay, now I'm going to try and take him on like this, or it's football is very like reactionary and it has to be instinctive. And when you're overthinking it and you're trying almost too hard, that is when the performances are not as good as they can be. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
So I
Yeah.
think that was I was going through a little stage of that where I was, just overthinking, overcomplicating things in my head. And then it's kind of, you need a little step back and just say, remind yourself of why you're here, what you bring to the team, what they want you to do, and then kind of shutting out all external factors and just saying, I'm just going to do what I do.
You've got to almost trust what you've been doing to get you to that point. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you pull back and you look back at the hours and stuff that you've done and go, like, why am I trying to complicate it? This should come natural to me, sort of thing. Repetitions and stuff. So there we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully it's a strong end to the season, man. I'll be there for the celebrations when you boys do it.
Come on.
Meet Oscar, Auntie Debs,
The whole gang. No, I'll be back, bro. I'll probably be in the US.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm heading back.
That's selfish, man.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll have to,
I was gonna say, if they do it, you have to stay. Well, you have to come back.
Yeah, I might have to.
Chat to Aunt Diane.
Might have to come back.
Chat to
Yo.
Aunt Diane.
Yeah.
You're
Get the PJ.
Yeah,
Get the jet out.
thanks.
Nah.
She'll fly the whole Maidstone over to the US. That's what
I'll tell you what, bro. The whole Revolut's going towards this return flight. I'm going buddies in the airport. Little Tesco meal deal. I can't be paying those airport prices, man.
Dumb. Anyway, we were supposed to have a guest on. But look, that happens. The guest, might be busy. We don't know factors outside of this. So obviously we have no guests. So it's got to just be a catch-up episode, chat about what's happened during the week. Anything else? Obviously we touched on Soul hitting 100K. And that's about it. I must say, and a shout out to the guys as well, obviously, because our views haven't been probably as good as we've wanted them to, as in they've dropped. Let's call a spade. But I think the loyal followers that are still watching, they deserve a shout out. Now, we don't know, obviously, who they are. I'd recognise probably a few names. They come onto the TikTok and say, "Oh, great episode," and that could be spoofing me, but who knows?
I will say as well, I think one thing that we kind of strayed away from was having guests on, and we definitely are making more of an effort now to have guests back. We're going to try and use software away from Zoom that will help these virtual pods as well. Yeah. But yeah, we're also very open to feedback, whether good or bad on things we can improve, whether it be in the comments, in the Instagram, our email even. I'm always looking to see what people are sending in. A lot of it is very helpful. So yeah, please let us know what you want to see more of, and we'll try to make it work. Cause we got to get those numbers up, man. I remember back in the day. Oh, what's the app doing? Only 800 views. But I'd kill for 800 views right now. What's going on? 800 views.
But strip it all back, bro. Like they said, the Modern Wisdom podcast, the Higher Up podcast.
Yeah.
These guys, they always chat about when they used to just do a pod in front of they used to do a pod and get like 50 views. The way they used to look at it was, well, if I was doing a talk in front of 50 people, that's great.
Yeah,
so
true.
As long as we have those consistent viewers, shout out to them because they support us and we're so appreciative of the support that you give us. Slowly and surely, when we get guests on, we do more pods and people get more familiar with us, the pod will just go. And the guest that we're going to have as well in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, the guest.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Say that.
But I will say as well, at the minute, listen, if you're trying to make money or be notable, starting off doing a podcast is probably not the way. And I wouldn't even say that's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to just we're trying to build someone from the ground up and just do it organically. And listen, if we have a good conversation, I always leave it saying that was a blast, whether it gets 100 views or 1,000 views. It's, I enjoy it the same. I obviously appreciate the 1,000. Like that would be great. But no, you just enjoy the process of doing this.
The reason we set the pod up, I think we can all agree, was to chat to people about, everyone's got a background. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's had like ups and downs in their careers. Like, for example, you look at Stelios last week, what he had to go through in order to. That brother went through a lot.
That Cypriot football is no joke.
That brother lived 3 careers in 15 years.
That brother, seriously, he went through injuries and politics with managers not playing him because of external factors. Lucas going through, obviously, do you want to call it depression? Like he went through a really bad time after he scored the goal. Sam Corn growing up, obviously being captain of Welling and stuff like that. Louis Binks as well. We've had some incredible chats, boys. And like you said there.
And we have, to be fair, we actually have a lot of people. It's, again, tough as a footballer when you're in the business end of the season. You don't want to be going on a pod when you're in a playoff push for a lot of these players. We have actually so many people that have said they'll do it in the summer. Now, listen, once those holidays come up, I'm going Marbs, I'm going Bali. They might cancel.
It's going to be a struggle.
But as of now, we have a lot of people coming on this summer.
The diary is full.
Regardless of the views, like I come away from each chat with a different sort of perspective,
100%.
and it's great. It's great just listening to people's stories and stuff. So,
bro, even the Stelios pod, like that inspired me so much because I mean, where that guy has been in his career and where he finished up is crazy. So yeah, I thought that was such an enjoyable.
Even
pod.
Louis Ainsley chatting about playing against Mbappe and Haaland, like it's just.
That was
mad story.
That was a sick pod as well.
And
what a guy, Louis.
And I think as well, as the pod grows, I think people will go back to those episodes because they're always there.
100%.
So
that's what that's why you put out these short form videos. I think one thing that we've spoke about doing as well, I want to do short clips for each podcast. So like a 5-minute clip on YouTube. I think that'll help people as well because I understand as well. You see. Okay, say you have kids or a job. Maybe you can't listen to us for an hour and a half, but you can listen for 5 minutes if you want to hear about a certain topic. So I think that's
the
something.
Huberman Lab has something like that.
Yeah.
He does like half an hour podcast, and then like his main ones will be like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, going back to the football now.
We've got to talk about one thing that's been going on a Monday night for the last 2 Mondays that we actually haven't discussed up here.
I didn't even think of that as well. Good shout.
Yeah. Baller League.
Yeah.
Let me hear. Well, for people that don't know, there is a 10-team tournament which is going on every Monday night at the Copperbox Arena in the UK, in Stratford. And it's got a very mixed about of players, hasn't it? There's a lot of non-league players, a lot of ex-pros, a few people that have just fallen out of professional football, like Josh Harrop, who have played in the Championship recently. I want to hear your views on it, boys.
Should I go first or you?
Let's see.
I think you're going to have very contrasting views as well.
I sort of know what this brother's going to say. I'm all for it. I really enjoy it. The last 2 Mondays now, myself and my housemates, we go down and watch it. I think it's great fun. I think it's a different style of football, as in, how you have the games, you can score maybe extra points. When it's a corner, it's a penalty, but you dribble and you try and score.
Yeah, three corners are a penalty.
I think it's great, and I think as well, so that the platform that it gives for these boys as well, like for example, Razak playing for United. What's his face is the manager, Angry Jin.
Angry Jin.
Like it'd be stupid not to go on the show. Like it gives you a platform to maybe showcase your talent, maybe grow your brand as well. You look at maybe James Alabi, like I don't know, I didn't watch it, but he did a YouTube behind the scenes video of
really good.
I haven't seen it, but I can imagine.
You put in his TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. I watched it in his TikTok.
No, but it's even like with Alabi, like Alabi the other day was like called into training with Jens Lehmann, Young Lundberg, and Robert Pires. Like that is just crazy.
I even saw John Terry come out and say in his interview that hopefully a few of these boys can get a move and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there'll be scouts there. There'll be
100%.
scouts because there's non-league players that play maybe step 1, step 2. And if they've got a bit of ability, you're taking a chance on those boys just off what you see. I know it's probably unrealistic now because it's 5-a-side or something, the pitch is small. But still, like you're going to take a gamble on a player if he's caught your eye.
100%. Connor, talk to me.
Yeah, I don't exactly know how I feel, to be honest about it. I think it's really cool.
If he says he does not know how he feels, it means he's not the biggest fan.
Yeah,
He's trying to be diplomatic.
I think it's really cool, some of the big names you're bringing in. I think it's cool. Personally, I wouldn't really be one to watch it, I would say. They watch it, so I'm there and I watch the goals. And I'll be honest, you see some moments of real quality and then some of poor quality as well. but yeah, I just, it's not really something that interests me. You have to remember, I've also only kind of been in the non-league environment for 18 months, so I don't know most of the players. Maybe the most I'll know on a team of like 10 is 2 or 3, right? So I'm just watching and I think this is what a lot of people, maybe our age, I think the younger kids who are more into YouTube and you see all these YouTubers there would be more drawn to it. I do think the reaction from the 25 and older has been quite negative, saying I'm paying £100 a month for Sky and this is what we're getting, which I could understand if you didn't have any interest in non-league games. Say you buy Sky to watch top level football and that's what they're putting on a Monday night for 5 hours. I could understand your point. I think it has a lot of potential and I think it's a really cool idea. I think if it stays on for the next 5 years, let's say, which would be a long time, but who knows? I know they've done it in Germany and stuff. It could look very different from what it looks now as well.
Well, it's very similar to the one they have in Spain. What's it called?
Kings League.
Kings League. I'd love to. I do think it will happen. I think there'll be a collab at some stage because it's very similar. But like I said, going back to it, I think it's great, as in for boys that, like I said, want to grow their brand, maybe show what they can do. Because we should have got maybe the view count from last Monday to see like how many viewers were. Do they stream?
Well, even I saw the stream on YouTube. When I looked at it, it was over 1 million.
Do you know what I mean?
Over 1 million views just on the stream on YouTube. That's not with Sky Sports as well. So.
And you got people like Don Vos who looks good. Like, bro, who knows what can happen off the back of that?
And even there's so like I've been asked actually quite a lot on my TikTok comments about like would I go on it? Would I go on it? I think during the season, definitely no. I think it's actually I think it's in my Maidstone contract that we can't play any other football anyway. So I would not go and play in it, just the risk of injury. And also I wouldn't want it to look bad to the Maidstone fans saying like, oh, he's not even concentrating on the potential promotion, etc., which I think is why a few lads that are playing in the National League at the moment, I think is it Remy Salima or something like that, who plays for Maidenhead, like he was told like categorically you are not playing in this because we're in a relegation scrap. And they were getting drafted without even telling their teams about it, which is a bit interesting. But at the end of the season, if I was out of contract, I'd definitely think about playing in it. Like you said, building the brand. There's a boy called Harry Kane who plays for not Bayern Munich. He plays for the United team.
The craziest name ever.
Yeah, and he's got like 1 million followers on TikTok, and he's playing in like Step 6, and he's scored like 4 goals in the 2 games. He looks really good. Looks really, really good. And people are like already looking at him to go to a higher level. So I think it's a great opportunity for things like that. I do think that, like, I've watched both weeks now. I do think that it should be slightly shorter games. I think that the half an hour half an hour games are a little bit long.
Yeah.
I think they're just a tiny bit too long. I'd rather like an 8 minutes each half with like a 2-minute game changer. And I think that's a 20-minute game. If there's people in the arena, it's interesting to see because like the first maybe 2 games are full of like kids with their parents. Yeah. The next ones are like 25-year-olds or like maybe teenagers. And the last couple games, there's no one in the arena because it's so late. Yeah. It's like 11 o'clock at night and you're playing games. So,
and I think that goes to speak as well on who's watching it. You know, there's 1 million on YouTube. What demographic are they? Because if they're on YouTube and they live within 30 minutes, a lot of them would go because I don't know if they could, if they could drive. Yeah. So I'm assuming a lot are kids.
That's definitely their target audience.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool idea, and I'm all for, I mean, I would say growing the game. That's like a common phrase we use in the US. I don't think it really needs to grow over here. It's already massive. But I think it's a cool way to get more people at least interested in lower levels of football. Mm-hmm. There might be kids that, if Razek keeps playing for the United team and doing well, start following Raz and you can build a brand from that. You might go watch his team play. So I think it's really cool. I think it probably has like ways to go. And I think there are definitely like some shortcomings in terms of quality at the minute, but it definitely has a lot of potential.
100%.
I think it's hard with the pitch as well. The pitch is like it's over a basketball court, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So it's just like a carpet over the basketball court, which a lot of players are not used to playing on. you can't wear boots. You have to wear Astros and stuff, which is not ideal for when you're used to playing in boots. But no, I think it does have a little way to go, but I think it could be something really interesting in the next couple of years.
What about Marvin Sordell? He's the only player in the first one wearing boots.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh my God,
I know.
his joints must have been in
He
bits
must have been
afterwards.
The bottom of his feet must be killing.
But that's what I'm saying. I think the setup probably has ways, and it looks fantastic on TV. But I think a lot of people have been complaining it's really hot in the arena. The pitch is really hard. It's just so different to what so many people are used to. So if you can kind of iron out those niggles, I'm sure it'll be some better standard and a better league in general.
For sure.
Yeah.
You even got like Johnny and Lescott and all. My boys just rocking in.
He looked good.
Johnny and Lescott. Don Vo's linking up with Nile Ranger.
But Don Vo's is actually like a decent. I think he might even be a futsal player though.
Bro,
he might play like pro futsal now.
Yeah, I told the boys, like, he puts on, obviously I have him on Instagram. He puts on Insta goals at 7 o'clock. Make sure it's a good standard, otherwise you can't come.
Do you remember his tweets? Do you remember his tweets?
Yeah, of course.
When it was like, we need a keeper for tomorrow night, 7 o'clock goals. If you're not this standard, don't bother. Don't bother.
It's as ruthless as that. And
I rate it though.
I knew he was going to bring it. His first touch the other day, he just like sweeped it back on the outside of his foot. I said, yeah, my boy's ready.
The funny thing about Julian Lescott was, about Alabi, is Alabi did pretty well in the first week. And he was like pinning loads of defenders, whatever. The second week, he's playing against a team. And I think it might have been Micah Richards. Micah Richards might be the gaffer on Depa Trio. And they bought in Julian Lescott. And I remember looking at Alabi's Snapchat, and he was like, "Oh my God, they saw my performance last week, and they had to bring out Julian Lescott to defend against me. And they had to bring out the big dogs." And to be fair, Julian Lescott, I thought Alabi's a big boy. Julian Lescott was handling him, was manhandling him.
And when do you think the last time Julian Lescott kicked a football competitively was? Like at least 5 years ago, no?
Yeah, and he looked so sharp. Like his left foot. Yeah.
Well, he had a strike. He had a strike, and the keeper pulled off a good save.
Yeah, he's looked so good.
It was great.
That's the difference.
I have to tell you though, like living over in England, bro, people just wear their hearts on their like they don't beat around the bush, as we say. Bro, people either love this or hate it. Like I've seen Joey Barton said, "This is the last straw. I'm canceling my Sky subscription." Just because they put it, I thought it was on Sky Sports 1. I found out it's Sky Sports Mix. It's like the 4th channel.
I think it's not even the 4th channel. I think it's like the 6th channel or something stupid.
Is that what he said? Did he cancel it?
Yeah, apparently. I saw a clip on Twitter. I mean, that guy just is like an old angry man, like yelling at the clouds and stuff. Like,
He says it how it is.
But did you see what he was saying about the Sidemen charity match as well at Wembley?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh! I don't think we actually say what he was saying, but he just says
that was
anything in media just to create a bit of fuss and like just to have a reaction, basically.
That was too. Yeah, we can't.
No, but
we can't repeat what he said.
that's how you
Wait,
know.
no, when he called it El.
Oh, boy. No, but he's actually outrageous. He was like, what if Mo Salah's going down the wing and twists his ankle and like a crater that like one of the players made? I'm like, it's Wembley groundsman. They have a week. Like, that's not going to happen.
Oh, don't.
When they're playing, literally, the FA Trophy and thingy final is literally back-to-back games on the same day, and that's like in between all of the finals and stuff. And he's like, but the Sidemen did, and it was for charity. They raised like 5 million for charity.
That's why everyone was against. Well, you would be against what he said anyway. But yeah, I did see Danny Aaron's come out and said that like we've raised so much money, and he just turns his nose up at it and calls it the.
Yeah. Oh, boys. Yeah, that guy is crazy. I'll tell you what, I think it's safe to say he'll never manage football again.
Well, I used to play with Trevor Clark. He came out a few years back.
The Rovers,
You remember? I remember speaking to you about it and slated him. Like, I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd game in the season. He's like, shouldn't have signed him. That was one of my It's one of my bad decisions in football, one of my regrets. I shouldn't have given him a new contract. I was like, how are you chatting about your own player like this?
Ah, it's crazy.
I never saw if he played again, to be fair. Could be a Stelios where he didn't play ever again after.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what a story that was, man.
No. But anyway, I think we've rounded it up sort of nicely.
Yeah.
Hey, you man need to get to Mello. That's crazy. I'm so
But that's what I
jealous.
was about to say. We're going to cut this short because I've got to take my boy to Mello, man. You know, that's the spot. Anyone that's watching from mine. In fact, people from England.
What I'm saying as well, though, is that
Go on.
I got a free Mello when I went there. Just saying. I got it for free.
Hey, those brothers better fix up and bring me back that acai bowl. Come on.
Trust me. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they'll sort you out. I did say, can't get my words out. I'm that excited. I can't get my words out. I did tell them that you're coming.
You know what's funny? Most people come to Dublin, they do sightseeing. We're just going to go chill in Mello every day.
Duh. Did I tell you a few weeks back we played Cork City, drew the game, but as I was walking out the stadium, there were these like 5 grown men outside the pub bit, and they started chanting, Mello, Mello, Mello. And I looked behind me, I was like, what the hell? One of them runs up to me and goes, Sam, I didn't know Mello was that good. I saw it on your TikTok. It's some spot. And I was like, brother, I'm telling you, it's the spot. I said, just go there, you'll see me chilling there. So that's where I'm going to...
One day we're going to do a sponsored pod in Mello.
Well, that is what I've visualized that a few times. When you do come over, we'll do like a collab where we record one of our pods or a couple of our pods in Mello. A little Mello.
I got the almond croissant.
Me.
Oh.
Me. Acai bowl or something. Fruit. Yes. That would be... Now that pod would go viral within the CONOR area for sure.
Hey, well, all this food talk, I'm starving now. So I think we'll leave it at... Bro, that transition. Come on.
Say that.
All right. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been good to catch up as always with you boys. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Why did he decide to drink there?